Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today we are playing Roblox The Forge. I've seen this everywhere as like TikTok. I've been seeing them. But if you guys could tell, this thing ends up I forgot I was muted. And so yeah, so I'm gonna go every detail by detail on what was I doing and what is the plan of me on this video. So, on this video I was talking about how I've seen this everywhere on social media, and I was trying to like discover how this game works. As you can see, I was over here getting lost. I ended up doing, of course, missions just to unlock some things. And right here, I was just getting a tutorial. I was reading the thing until it kept on cutting me. I did start as a mission, and I started doing the things that I was supposed to do. Still trying to get into the tutorial, as every game you should learn tutorials before you start playing the full game. That's what I be doing recently. So right here, I was just, just seeing what's up. I got my first ever pickaxe called the wooden pickaxe, and right here you can roll for your own spin as humans, dwarf, goblins, elves, so much more you can get in here. I end up getting a shadow and a second roll as right here. Shadow is one of the greatest. It gives me attack speed of 10% and movement speed of 15 or 10%. As you can see, my character ends up becoming shadow as like shadow. I end up, of course, equipping my first ever pickaxe. As you can see, I just started the game. Everything looks so cool. It kind of looks like D&D. So, and while I was on it, as I was muted, I didn't know. Yes, I did say it was D&D. I, of course, started doing my first ever mining. It kind of looks like prison that you have to mine just to grow discipline. And I got my first ever badge called Beginner's Miner. Not like that, but right here, I was, of course, just trying to figure out what I was supposed to do. I was talking how, if you guys are new, you guys should like and subscribe, as you guys should, as always, just help me and support me, and just continue. And of course, I was talking about how I used to record videos every 4 times a week. Now I've been recording. This is my 5th one of making a video. So right here, I was just trying to complete tutorials of me getting it. However, this game is not bad on leveling up, but it does take a little while. But it goes quick, easily. So I finished my first tutorial, and I'm going for my second tutorial as forged weapons. As you guys could tell, there's a fireplace. You just go ahead and do your things. And I was very confused on what to do, because this is the first ever time I was playing this game, even though I've seen it everywhere on social media. But right here, I was so confused. You could see me doing a thing. I end up, however, almost hitting my lower D-pad, not my D-pad, but my trigger so bad. This one I hated the most, of getting the right timing with the X, so your weapon doesn't end up becoming a bad percentage when it comes to damage and stuff. This one I love to do a lot is you gotta get all perfects just for your sword to be better, for a great percentage, for great money for you to sell. I end up, however, getting 2 goods and 3 perfects, getting a 5, and getting my first ever dagger. Then I end up getting my second dagger on another try. This one was only as 85 actually percentage of getting great, but it's only $15.78. However, I end up doing other things as crafting again as forge. I was a little confused because this is the first ever time I was doing this whole thing, and of course I was struggling in here, as you can tell. I was like, what am I supposed to do? But I finally got it right. I saw the percentage. You get all different type of daggers, not just one dagger. It's just impossible to get them because it's not just okay. This one I was spamming my left trigger just to get a good one, but I ended up almost hurting my left trigger. So this one I was hitting a lot because I ended up tricking me, and that just kind of threw me off. So And I make another forge as another dagger, the same dagger, but on a different percentage. I end up doing this in, I think, 4 perfects and 1 good. Yeah, 4 perfects and 1 okay. Making it one of the somewhat good daggers. As you see, you equip, that is a good dagger. It sucks. For only $14.06. Not really what you can do with anything like that. Right here, I end up going to this seller. This seller, however, sells the things on everything that you need. This is, by the way, this is the gameplay of me playing the game, and I forgot just to go on mute. This one is actually pretty good. This one you can actually sell stuff just to get the things that you need. And low-key, it's peak. This game right now is overall a pretty good one. It's solid. You know, it's like steady, you know. The level system is really good. Same with the things. I was talking about it earlier. Muted, by the way. I was saying that, like, this game is really good. I hope it doesn't end up being like other games where it just kind of falling off after an update. It just kind of get boring and it's just not right. And the game is just not fun anymore. It has, I was referring to Blade Ball and, you know, like, Grow a Garden, whatever. But of course, I end up going back to work. I end up trying to complete it in time, but it kind of took me a while because I ended up killing a wrong zombie. But yes, like I said, I was doing a quest, like beginner's quest as tutorials, trying to see what type of ores I can get and type of things I can achieve, and it was doing good. You know, I ended up killing a diver zombie, not a regular zombie, and that's where I was like, wow. I of course didn't know that square, your like PlayStation controller, or X as your Xbox controller, does heavy, and your R2 or RP does light damage. And I just figured that out. But anyway, I ended up still doing work yet. I was trying to complete the things I need to do, as like I said, ores and kills on. Here is the third part of this one. This one I now make my own armor. However, I end up getting a banana. Yes, you see it, a banana. I was so confused because what can a banana do? A banana gives you an extra percentage just for you to get a good gear if you have another right gear spread. So pretty much every good percentage is every, you know, good things you can get onto like good gear, good sword, or whatever. But, however, I ended up getting my first ever wrist armor just to get a 3+ defense or 2+ defense. But it was not bad. You know, I thought I was gonna get a helmet or, you know, but yes, that helmet looked so off. I thought it was a helmet that was heavy, that would just crush your head, but no, it was just a smooth sand with a banana on it. So, yeah, no, you cannot eat my helmet, by the way. So, right here, I ended up getting 100, called a Master Worker. It was stupid, but it was fun, same time. Oh well. But I ended up making another gear as another light helmet, because, you know, I was over here checking what type of things I can get as well. There's chest plate, leg ones, foot ones, head ones, and also your wrist, aka your hand. I didn't know they have all different percentage on like what rarity you're supposed to get. So epic give you a 1.1% chance on getting something. If you get all 3 epic or all 3 rares, it's a percentage of you getting good gears, pretty much. It's like luck. It's based on your luck. If you got a good gear, you can get good stuff. If you don't got a good gear, you don't get good stuff. Pretty much how it is. As you can see, I was yet back struggling again on me doing the super thing. Alright, this one I end up going back onto my tutorials, doing the things. I end up doing the things I was supposed to do. I didn't know I was fighting a level 6 zombie. I was a level 5. And I was like, okay, then I'm going to kill this level 1 zombie as quick as possible. As I was fighting this zombie, by the way, I didn't see what was behind me. I didn't know they can just despawn. So yes, I was fighting this level 3 zombie, and I was like, oh wow. Guess what? I ended up getting jumped. They got me lightheaded, and that's where I ended up dying. First time, by the way, into this video. So I was like, you know what? I got jumped. I'm not gonna let that slide. So, however, I was just looking around to see what swords, a platinum pickaxe is $5,000. As I said, I'll make a goal on getting a stone pickaxe, as you guys see in the middle. As if you give it a second, as right there in the middle, in that stone, that's that stone pickaxe I'm trying to get, so I can end the video, because I don't know why, but school been stressing me out, and I'm like tired, and I didn't want to stop recording. So, of course, I did a little bit of grinding. You know, I was fighting this level 2 zombie, getting my payback after I was getting jumped, but it was level 6, not level 2. So, yes, you see, as I got lightheaded, very bad, I had to weave, and of course dip, hide behind the stone pickaxe that I wanted. But I, of course, was still on defense, on ground, you know, trying to do something, and I just went back on mining, you know, just trying to get the ores I need, trying to continue, you know, trying to level up, trying to get the things I need, and focus on my own journey. I end up, however, fighting a level 1 zombie, getting my get back, as you guys can tell, right here, I was fighting for my dear life. But yes, however, it was alright overall, yet still mining, trying to get every single ore, like I said, trying to get $3,333, just for me to get stone pickaxe. I don't know if there's going to be a part 2 of the video, but it's a worth a try. So right here, yes, you guys can see me, I was right next to a knight that someone got. I ended up you know, trying to discover other weapons, not just a dagger. I was getting sick and tired of the daggers and how weak it was. I saw a straight sword that was a, you know, like medieval warden, as for honor, or a medieval knight, you know. There's a straight sword, and there was just a normal sword. I was like, wow, you know, I want a sword. So I ended up crafting a sword as I forged, trying to see what's the percentage, how much I need just to balance it. I, however, was, you know, doing my best as I can, trying to get the things I need. Right here, I was trying to do the best as I can so I can get 100 on called Masterwork, just to get good gear, just to do more damage and to get more money. Maybe one day I'll just sell that. But, however, I ended up getting a sword. Right here, as you can see, that was the sword I got. It was a Roman, Centron and For Honor. Kind of looks like his sword, but longer. Nope, it's his sword. So yes, I ended up getting his sword from For Honor. It was a good one. It was decent. It was great, uncommon. Does 5 damage, and the money was alright with it overall. I now went back on, of course, doing the, you know, not side missions, like main missions to complete the tutorial, so I can, you know, pretty much leave this area and try to get enough money. I end up, however, leveled up. So every level is like average percentage of cash, however you get. So I was, however, breaking stones, trying to get the things I need, just to, you know, get the thing. And I'm not going to voice record all of this because it's very long, just to get 35 ore and 1 stone. So I'm going to go ahead and skip some videos ahead and continue talking about it. Alright, here is me, got a katana, and I now can upgrade my katana. I ended up finishing the tutorial, and I can now upgrade a katana. And I've, however, made my katana. I ended up leveling up my katana, getting my katana strong, getting a good right setup. I end up, however, was great. I ended up getting new gears. That was how big was the katana. I ended up doing some heavy attacks. So pretty much my katana just went straight down, like it was in line and go down. And I ended up getting some things from my katana as I gave fire album or fire artifacts or whatever you call it. Ruins. I get fire ruins because it was the first thing that was given to me for my first ever tutorial. I end up, getting it, end up, doing a lot. So I found out it doesn't do anything. It doesn't burn your enemies, it just does extra damage. You don't see your enemies getting burned in fire, sadly, but, So I ended up going a little on an adventure to meet up with a witch. So I ended up meeting this, not witch, but a potion person called Wizard. Why was that so hard? So I ended up getting a portal, and he said I cannot abuse this portal like it was a toy. Now, this one, however, I was a little confused because I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm at Sensei Moro, and the tutorial was telling me to talk to Sensei Moro. So I didn't know what to do. I was, trying to figure out what to do. So I was like, oh, it's probably talking about the portal. So I ended up going onto the portal as unlocking it. However, as I went in, it says I had to finish my tutorial before I get in the portal. So I had to be level 10 and complete the tutorial. I completed the tutorial, but gotta finish the leveling system. I didn't know it was talking about the level up, and I was just reading back and forth like, what am I supposed to do? So I of course was trying to figure out what can I do to level up faster. And the quickest way I could have said was leveling up your sword, by the way. It is the quickest way to be a higher level. So, of course, I just went back to the cave and mined just to get some more ores just a little up, because that can also help you. But, however, I could have just leveled up my sword because I had enough money for it. But I did say I'm going to save up just for me to get a stone sword, and that was just complete a waste. Now, I saw how much the platinum sword cost, and it was 5,000, and it could have done a lot more than the stone does. But, anyway, I ended up going back and mining. These two greedy people was trying to steal my stuff. I ended up getting a mushroom. And pretty much a mushroom, like I said, it's, if you have the same, like, color, like, if you got the same, like, reality, not reality, but, like, whatever you call it, but, like I say, rare, or epic, is to increase your chance. And I, however, just been getting a more uncommon and common. So, yeah, however, I was just going around and, yeah, still mining just to break through. So, if you guys made it this far, I hope you guys like and subscribe. And, I ended up getting the pickaxe. So, yeah. So, I hope you guys like and subscribe. May God bless y'all. And, I hope y'all be safe. And, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.